Hey everybody, we are here with Mr. Jai Grunewald of Ken Weber Truck Service in Pewaukee, Wisconsin. Jay, thank you for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
Well, we are here today because you are our newest TRAXERO Titan, and we could not be more happy to have you with us. Super exciting. You know, we talked about what does it mean to be a Titan for TRAXERO, and that really embodies the person that is the tower, giving back to the community, also using lots of our software, if not all of it. And that is exactly who you are, Jay. So you're on the cutting edge of all the technology out there possible, but you also are a fantastic representation of a leader in the towing industry.
And showing your dedication and passion to the craft as well.
It's just what I've known. That's what I grew up knowing, and we just got to keep implementing the technology as things go on to make it easier for our guys on the road and everyone in the office behind the scenes to keep everything rolling.
Exactly. And you have been on the journey with TRAXERO and Dispatch Anywhere for a really long time. I can only imagine there have been lots of improvements to the software.
Yeah, it's changed a lot. Every update and every part that we add on that TRAXERO's taken up's definitely made it easier. We started with just the program on tablets, and now the guys have it on all their phones, and the GPSs we just put in last year, which have really made it easier. So we're not bothering the guys to know where they're at all the time, and the lien process, everything's made it a lot easier.
How long have you been a customer of ours, Jay?
Oh, I don't know. I would say probably 8 or 10 years we've had Beacon.
Okay. So maybe 2013, 2015-ish is when you got on the
That
software.
that's what, yeah, if I had to guess, I think that's when they started on it.
That's pretty good. Can you remember what it was like before you decided to convert to digital?
Yeah, we still have the two ways in the trucks, but you're driving down the interstate trying to take a call and pull out the map or your phone to try to figure out where that lined you up, in the middle of Milwaukee rush hour traffic. So it's definitely a game changer. It's a lot safer for the guys. You just send them the call and tell them roughly where they're going, and they can figure it out when they get to a safe spot.
And I love it because it's not a phone call. What did you say? Tell me that again. I'm not sure. Plain speak. Here are the words of the address where you're going to go, what you're going to be doing, and who you'll be talking to.
Yeah, it's nice, and it's the clarity is good. So, say a dispatcher punches out and goes home and you got a second shift driver on trying to figure something out, you know, that dispatcher's job is to make sure all that info was in the call for the next guy. So if he didn't, there's no miscommunication that way, which is really nice.
That definitely helps. Accuracy is key in this industry, I would assume. So, and I'm sure it helps your reporting. It makes everything more efficient and more streamlined and probably easier to interpret, I would imagine, right?
Yeah, yep, easier, on the road and in the office. They come in every morning and make sure, if something wasn't posted out the day prior, that they get the invoice out to the customer. It's easier to keep up on everything. And if someone's sick, it's not a big deal because it's all there for anyone to see. I think we got 5 people up front right now,
Wow.
5 or 6 people up front, and we were taking calls simultaneously, and it's nice that you don't have to keep yelling over to each other. You just keep entering them in, and 1 or 2 people start dispatching the trucks to kind of keep everyone on the same page.
What is your title, Jay?
I'm pretty much the operations around here. I do all the day-to-day stuff and watch over all that. Do a lot of the scheduling and the payroll and just kind of help in the back office. And then I go out in the truck when I'm needed. I kind of miss that some days.
So you wear all the hats.
Yep, a little bit of everything, just wherever we're needed.
Very cool.
When you take a look at your towing company, is it accurate to say that you folks are like medium to heavy duty in what you do?
Yeah, we primarily do medium and heavy duty along now with equipment transport, and then we still do light duty. It's just not the main focus of what the business was built on.
And that's complex invoicing.
Yeah, it's all in depth, especially the equipment transport or some of the heavy duty stuff, depending on the customer and the warranty status on how they want it all to appear.
When you're sending those invoices out to insurance companies, to trucking companies, to all the different entities that are part of that heavy duty rollover that you get to interact with.
Yeah, there's a lot of time that goes into it that unless you're in the industry, you don't realize how much time goes into trying to get paid for a big job or a, an
Mhm.
insurance job like that.
For sure. You guys started in business. What year did Grandpa start it?
So my great grandfather had a business in the early 50s. Um, he built that up, and then my grandfather started his own in 86 as my great grandfather's health declined and everything like that. And Grandpa Ken started this as a truck shop with one heavy duty wrecker that he built for another company he worked for back in the day, and he bought him out and everything like that, and or bought the truck, and did his work for him. And then he bought a few more, and now we've grown into minimal truck repair and mainly towing and equipment transport and heavy duty recovery. And I even know since I got involved, I know we've more than doubled in size, and that was not the goal. It just kind of happened with our customer base grew, and we've got a good group of customers that, my grandfather's built over the years, and they grew and they're not using anyone else. So you had no choice other than to grow with them. So
Mhm.
that's what we've done.
How many employees do you have?
Um, I think we're knocking right on 20 right now.
Okay. And are most of them drivers, or do you all share different duties as far as dispatching, things like that?
We have probably 15 drivers, and then there's 5 in the office, and then I float around either in the office or on the big jobs, or just kind of fill in when the commercial towing gets overloaded. I jump in a truck and back cleanup just to keep our customers moving.
Very cool. And do you have just the one location right now, or do you have multiple locations?
Pewaukee's our main shop, and then we
Hmm.
have another location in Sussex where a lot of the equipment transport guys run out of, and that's where the truck wrecks go back to, just because we only have so much room here.
Hmm.
We kind of filled our yard up with trucks. The shop was originally built to be able to hold everything and then some, and now we probably have double that in the amount of equipment we've accumulated.
The way that your grandpa designed that shop, Laura, it is epic.
Yeah.
Inside and out. They have I don't know, a party station above the office. Is that what I call it? Like, the fridge and the vending machines and all that.
Yeah, we got a 10,000 square foot shop, heated floors, truck wash,
Nice.
overhead crane. We a couple of years ago, I'd say probably 3 years ago, we updated our truck lifts, and now we can put even the rotators up in the air. So we've had the 1150 and the 1075 up in the air for, certain maintenance that's easier off the ground. First time you walk underneath a 75,000 pound truck though in the air, you're a little nervous. But yeah, we got all that, and then we have a full parts department above our mezzanine for anything. We run mainly Miller products, so we keep a lot of stuff in stock. Just we don't like having stuff down. So we work on all of our own equipment, and we make all of our hoses and everything like that. So that's all up there, so that the guys aren't down in a snowstorm. And then on next to that, we have a full kitchen and break room, shower, a couple bathrooms, and then the offices are all down below that.
I love that for you guys. I mean, just making an environment for your employees to look forward to coming to work in and giving them the trucks and the equipment to do their job. It's just as simple as that.
Yeah, we try our best to, we're trying to always keep updated and all the new equipment we can get to make everything quicker and safer for these guys out there on the road. Especially with phones now, it's between distracted drivers and phones, we're trying to get them in and out of there as quick as we can, especially
Hmm.
on the other side of the interstate.
Safety is the priority for sure.
Yep, that's what we try to focus on. That's always been, you know, the number one goal is everyone needs to go home safe at night and back to their families, how they started their
Hmm.
day. That's why they all come to work.
Exactly.
But I love how you guys are diversified. That is another key to being a successful towing company, is having the land all work, having the medium duty work, having the clients, that are every different stage.
Yeah, it's actually a pretty good thing for what we have. The equipment thing was a new venture for us probably 5, 6 years ago. We did a couple skid steers here and there, and then just connections that I had of my friends, and I wanted a land all in the worst way just for our towing side. And my grandfather told me over and over that you need to justify that we can have this. And now we have too much work for all of them because we've done a good job for our customers. So we're up to 3 Landalls and 2 Lowboys along with everything else and an industrial carrier. So and I got another industrial on order. So
It's like when you do something really well, you just said it. Your customers hear about it, spread the word, and then they grow and your need for more equipment grows.
yeah, yeah, and you get to the point where you can pick and choose the customers that are good to you, and that's a cool feeling, you know. Treat the ones good that are good to you, and
Hmm.
that's the best way to run it.
That's like the best kind of problem to have.
It is. That's the one way Grandpa's always ran his business, and
Mhm.
I see why now.
Yeah,
So
outstanding. The network of towers in Wisconsin, I believe, is just top notch. The relationship that you guys have every day, and how I have no doubt that when you have a heavy rollover, you have other towing companies that you call if you need help.
yeah, if we need it, you know, we do. If not, we do it on our own. A lot of us that work together can handle it. But if not, or you know, there was last month I did a rollover with another company just west of us. They needed another heavy out there, so I ran out there, and it was all castings, John Deere axle housings that were all blown through a roof down a steep embankment. So, you know, just even if you're not out there with the truck, I mean, I tell them I'll park the truck if you just need a hand, you know, where we all got to work together because, you know, it gets tough and these hours get pretty long for these guys. You know, I don't want to burn them
Mhm.
all out all every day.
That's great that you have that in mind for your employees.
We try our best. It doesn't work every day, but we try our best to get them home.
For sure. Do you cross train your operators to be able to be in every truck?
Not every truck, but most of our guys, I would say all but a couple of them can tow heavy and haul equipment. And then I would say we have 6 guys you can comfortably send out in one of the rotators to handle a job if, you know, if something happens. And we've been pushing that over the last couple of years, just trying to teach these guys a wider variety of things so that one, they can grow themselves as an operator, and two, that, you know, you don't have to rely on just one guy so much when it gets to be these long days and just burn them all out.
Yeah. And I mean, heaven forbid something happened to them. They become injured, not necessarily on the job, but otherwise, you don't want to, again, make sure that all your operators can hop in that truck and go for you.
Yeah, yep, that's what we try our best to do. And we just brought in a couple new guys this summer, or I'd say this year, and just trying to get them all up to speed on how we do things because we, you know, like everyone, we do it all a little differently, and we've done it a certain way to keep everyone safe and as efficient as we can with the equipment we own.
Love it.
Good to have a good system in place.
Yes. Wonderful.
So I just want to go through the list of our products that you're on.
So we're on our software is Dispatch Anywhere.
Mhm.
We have Budget GPS, which is linked into it, and that's why we chose that one. I think
Mhm.
we did that, was that 2 years ago, Shelley? We got on Budget GPS,
Correct. Yes.
and that was very nice. At first, the guys and myself included, I'm not on the truck every day all day. I used to be when we started in the truck during the day. Now I'm in the truck on second shift when everyone wants to go home, I feel. But it's nice because the GPS, as I kind of felt with the guys at first, I'm like, well, I'm gonna be annoyed being watched all day long. But the cool thing is, and all the guys would agree now, they're not getting bothered when a customer's like calling for an ETA to see where they're at, and I don't know where they're
Mhm.
stuck in Milwaukee County traffic. I can look and see where he's at quickly while I'm on the phone with the customer, give him a rough ETA, and then when I hang up with the customer, I, you know, let the driver know over our two ways, just so you know, this customer was looking for you. I gave him this ETA, just so that they know when they get there that they were being looked for. But it's nice to not have to bother them every time a customer calls.
Mhm.
And then we did the tolling, which is pretty neat. Um, they keep adding more states, which is getting better and better for our end of it to send out certified letters because we don't
Mhm.
have to enter it into multiple programs anymore. Just a little bit of paperwork on our end and a couple buttons we push and the paperwork's sent out. And once again, all that is in the program so that we don't have to communicate in the office verbally. If someone has a question on it or someone calls and says, how many more days until my car gets disposed of, anyone in the office that knows how to use that part of the program can look it up and know when it's, when the time is up. So that's really cool. And then probably the biggest change recently was tow pay. And I think all of our guys in our office is very happy for that because we were using a credit card service through our bank for the past few years, and we switched over to tow pay, and now that works good for the guys to be able to get paid right away, especially when you have certain customers that you're not sure if the funds are going to go through. And then it just marks it in the system right away, paid, which is cool. You're not double checking and triple checking next morning when you're trying to post out invoices if it got paid or not.
Well, what was it that Wendy said when I was visiting your shop? I wish I had it sooner. I remember her saying,
Yeah, when was that in Florida? We switched over to tow pay, I think, or we were just starting on that, and she was against it at first because we had just had issues with our banking program on how we were doing it. And she's like, I don't want to switch again. And I'm like, oh, let's just try it. So we kept both the banking system and tow pay for a little while we were trying to figure it all out with our guys and switch over the dispatchers on how they were doing everything. And it's been great. Things working out, and we're really happy with it.
so
That's a famous quote around here. We quote your mom all the time. Wish we had it
Yeah.
sooner.
Yeah.
It's iconic.
That's perfect.
Yep.
So it's kind of dispatch anywhere, tow lien, tow pay, budget GPS.
Yep.
Fantastic. Thank you so
Yep.
much for being a loyal customer of ours. We genuinely appreciate it.
No, thank you. We appreciate the software and everything. It makes our life easier all the way from taking the call to, sending the invoice out to the customer and getting paid for what we do.
The whole life cycle of the car.
Exactly. Start to finish.
For folks out there that are thinking about trying software for the first time, what would you tell them?
We're very happy with ours. We wouldn't plan to switch at all, any other way. We're happy with how it works, and it's easy from start to finish. Once the guys understand how to use it, it's pretty easy, and we're happy with it that way. Everything works together very well, all the programs, which is very helpful for any of the users across our business. And even my grandmother, when she goes through trying to run reports, that's a huge part in the back office, trying to keep up with all that. And it gets a little hectic and in the front office when it's busy. So it's just easy for her to be able to pull them reports and not bother anyone else that's doing the day-to-day operations.
That is so great. Thank you.
We're happy to hear all of that. So that's an amazing testimony. Thank you so much.
Sure.
Not a problem.
I just have one last question, Jay. What does the future look like for Ken Weber Trucking? Are you planning on expanding or anything like that?
All your secrets. Yeah, these guys hide secrets, Laura. They're like, oh, we've got and trucks on order. We've got all this.
They just pop up. I don't know where they came from. I didn't have anything on order, but it's 2 years to get something. They magically just appear. I don't know. We didn't even
magic of supply chain.
We didn't plan to expand even to where we are, but yeah, we keep growing. I'm not really sure how far we're gonna go with everything. Just kind of basing off of our customer base right now and following everything with the economy and stuff like that, just to do good that way. We got a couple on order here, and I'm excited to get those. Every time we think we're updating, we end up adding. So I keep getting in trouble for that because we're updating trucks and I just keep adding them. So I guess there's a little technicality that we're messing around on that part of it. But I don't know. I'm really excited. We just added a couple this year and they seem to be doing really good for what we're doing, and we'll see where we end.
That's awesome. Well, here's to a very successful 2024. We're almost there. Will you do us a favor and please show us the shirt, that fancy shirt.
Your fancy schmancy
yeah
on there.
There you go. There you go.
There you go.
Yep. This could be you, future TRAXERO Titans.
Awesome.
Yeah. Well, thanks for hanging out with us, Jay.
Yes.
No problem. Thanks for having me.
We know you're super busy, so we'll let you get back to it. Do what you do best.
We appreciate you, and congratulations on being our next TRAXERO Titan.
Mhm.
Awesome. Thank you guys.
Thank you.
Have a
We
great day.
will. You too. We'll see you soon.